So recently, Marvel Rivals finally came out, the long-awaited free-to-play video game. And with me being a huge Marvel fan, you know I had to give it a shot. So here is some of my first impressions and thoughts on the new game. In the start, I'm loving all these new designs for all the characters, with Magneto looking like a big, bulky, wise wizard, and Wolverine looking like he got injected by the super soldier serum with a side of steroids. And some other designs, I like that they found a good in-between, with them being close to the comics, but having their own unique flair. And I also love they didn't just go with the usuals like Hulk and Spider-Man, but they went for more obscure characters like Iron Man. Who heard of this off-brand Tin Man? But stepping away from the characters, let's talk about the game itself. So this is a team-based shooter, with this game being compared to Overwatch a lot. And I could definitely agree with that. There is a lot of similarities. Like some of the characters, the modes, and even some of the maps are similarly structured. And I would have to say, they do it better, with most of their characters being pretty balanced, and with my experience, all the characters being good and powerful in one way or another. And I'm also a huge fan of a lot of these mechanics in the game, like the team up mechanic is super unique and useful. And I'm also a huge fan of these new maps, with some of my favorites being the Asgard map and the Spider Island. They look so cool, and the cinematic that plays before, looks deliciously scrumptious. Which brings me smoothly onto my next point, which is the cinematics and art for the game, and just how they are so good and well done. And you could tell they were busting their pants off just trying to get some of these cinematics looking good. And I've heard of lots of players saying that they would love to see a TV series on this game. And bro, I 100% have to agree with this. It would be so cool to see, and Marvel, please make this happen. Please.
Hello, this is Iron Man speaking to you from the Avengers compound, and I have a secret mission just for you. First, you're going to want to go on your computer. Next, you're going to want to go to KFizzy's YouTube channel. And if you see that subscribe button red, make sure it turns to a white color. And if you want to make sure you get the best updates on movies and shows, hit that little bell. You got it? Well, get to it. Iron Man, out.
Next up, let's talk classes. And like Overwatch, we got healer, tank, and DPS. And if you were good with one of these in Overwatch, chances are you're going to be pretty good with one of these in this game, but it's not guaranteed. Some of these characters play a lot more different than the ones in Overwatch, and I saw this personally happen to me when I played the game. Like, I loved playing healer in Overwatch, but now I see myself playing a lot better with tank in Marvel Rivals. By the way, if you're curious, I main Thor if I'm playing tank, and usually I'll main Iron Fist if I'm maining DPS, and if I'm doing healer, it's between Jeff, the Land Shark, and Rocket. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about the voice acting for the game. And we got lots of people you might have heard of, and people that have portrayed these characters before. Like, for example, we got Yuri Lorenthal, which you probably know him for being Spider-Man in the PlayStation games, which he is Spider-Man in this game. And for Iron Man, we also have Spider-Man. But we don't have just any Spider-Man. We have the Spectacular Spider-Man, which kind of surprised me, to be honest, and is super cool. Also, we have James Arnold Taylor as Magneto in the game, which you probably know him as freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was also a huge shocker when I found it out. And there's also a lot more. So it's pretty clear we got some pretty big names in this game, and they all did a fantastic job. And speaking of voice acting, I did want to bring up one of the problems with it, and it has nothing to do with the acting. Like I said, they did a great job, but it's on how many voice lines they have for each character. And I have to say, there's not nearly enough. Like, if I have to hear,
"There's still a chance to stop them. Need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?"
The lightning of Asgard returns.
one more time, I'm going to be asking Santa Claus for a new monitor this Christmas. But I can almost guarantee this will be solved in the next few months. And I bet it's just because the game is new and they're working on more voice lines for characters. Next up, let's talk about cons about the game. Like, one I thought of was the performance of the game and how laggy it was. Like, there was a few times my brother crashed and we all had horrible lag spikes, which was super annoying. And I definitely do like this game, and I'm super excited to see what characters they add and to see what they do with this game. And something I didn't really get to touch on earlier in the video was some of the interactions that some characters can have in the game. And some of these are super funny and I think are just great.
Hey, Thor, let me see the hammer.
No.
I just want to see if it'll charge up my gun. Come on, I'll give it back.
No.
Come on!
What is shark thing with feet? Ha! Hulk likes shark thing.
And there's also just a fun little detail I always love to see. So if you haven't tried this game, I would 100% give it a try. Even if you aren't a Marvel fan, and I would say it's still a pretty fun game to play with friends. But anyways, that's all I got for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now it's time for homework. To subscribe, smack that like button. I'll be landing back with my next video. Bye.